I've always wondered why there's no open air hot springs. Any other place in the world, really, that has a hot springs usually has at least some sort of access where you can get in, you know.
At least one.
Yeah.
At least one. That's what they come here for, to feel that hot spring.
The town is named Hot Springs. I've always thought it was weird.
This is the first promise to America about reserving a sacred piece of land that was supposed to be for the people forever.
My name is Cesar Munoz. Welcome to This, That, and the Third. Thank you for joining us today. We talk about this and that, and I'm the third. Today we have Lee Campbell, and we're going to be talking about hot springs and the history of the actual hot springs, and maybe a few other things.
Yeah, for sure.
So, obviously, you're a proponent for an open-air hot spring.
Most definitely.
So, how long have you been trying to make that happen?
25 years plus.
Really?
Talking to the national park, talking to the city, talking to other properties downtown, trying to attain the properties and then get permission. Just every avenue you can go down to try to get at least one. I got real close.
Yeah.
I got really close.
So what happened?
So the national park has a superintendent. So the last superintendent, her name was Josie Fernandez.
Okay.
And I had a place downtown. I started in like 2001. It's called I Relax, Explore Your Senses. So it was right across the street from the Arlington Aristocrat. So I rented the whole bottom floor. And so we had a organic health food cafe, art gallery, massage, yoga.
Sounds awesome.
5 senses. We had something for the senses, explore your senses. So Miss Josie used to come over there and get fresh squeezed juices. Well, at one point, Happy Hollow was going to be for sale. It used to just be a natural lot right next to the Happy Hotel. Well, I knew that they weren't going to allow any more piping under the street. So Hot Springs Creek runs under Central Avenue.
Right.
Well, I went to talk to Miss Josie, and I said, hey, look, if we purchase the Happy Hollow, could we get the water ran up to there?
Right.
And she ran it up the line and ran it to the head engineer, and they were like on a go with it. So John G., who owned the Park Hotel, was a good buddy of mine, and he was talking about it and like, hey, we'll split the cost.
Right.
We'll go up there and you get it at the Park Hotel, I'll get it at the Happy Hollow.
Hey, everybody wins.
And I want to create this lot and make it an outdoor scene. It'd be the first and only outdoor open air pool, but it'd give people that opportunity to experience what they think they're going to experience when they come. Well, getting everybody online, getting everybody lined up, and then all of a sudden Josie gets replaced. And nothing happens. So the superintendent now and all of them, they don't want open air pools.
Why not?
And I don't know why. You would have thought the Majestic site would have been the perfect. And they've done like 3 or 4 studies at like a cost of like $250,000 a piece or whatever.
Right.
And every one of those studies comes back and says the city, the state, and the people want open air pools.
Yeah.
They want natural pools. Still nothing. Then they cut the water off.
So what's happening? I mean,
I'm tentative to just speak about this.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I'm going to talk about it because I don't care.
And I get that, dude. Because
I don't care anymore. My team and I are going for some of the bathhouses. So we're trying to lease one.
Okay.
The Maurice is coming up for lease.
Okay.
The Buck staff is up for a concessionaire.
Right.
We went and toured that the other day. I don't want to hurt my chances, but you know what? I'm not scared no more. I'm not scared to really talk about what really needs to happen because right now is the time.
Dude, I agree 100% with you. So I'm glad you said that it's time to stop being afraid, and now's the time to start saying it. Because I've talked to other people, they want to know. People want to know the truth, bro.
They do.
They want to know what happened.
We need transparency.
Yeah,
Complete
exactly.
transparency on all things.
The thing that this community really needs is to get on level. The city, the powers that be, the federal government. It's hard to get all 3 of those people to get on the same page.
That's right.
So it's almost like this impossible bureaucracy string of lights. Yeah, that it's impossible to do.
It's a knot right now.
Yeah.
That no one knows how to get out.
Right. I agree.
And I think if you asked 10 people, 8 of them would say, we want natural pools there. We want the ability to be able to bring our friends and family from all over the country and showcase this place to them.
If you want natural pools here in Hot Springs, comment below. Let us know. I think most people would like that. Visitors would like that. Locals would like that. I don't see why we couldn't make it a huge part of the tourist attraction of this town. You know?
We need the leadership to step up and say, hey, we need to listen to the people.
Right.
This isn't just a local issue.
It's not.
It's not just a state issue.
Right.
This is the considered first national park reservation of land. And we'll get into that because that's what the book's all about as well.
Yeah.
But this is the first promise to America about reserving a sacred piece of land that was supposed to be for the people forever.
Right.
Protected, maintained, and accessible.
And able to be used by the people.
That's the key.
Right now, as residents of Hot Springs, we can't go and get in the water right now.
Not at all.
You know?
Not at all.
Like, you have to go in, you have to pay, you have to... You know, I wouldn't even mind if we had to pay, as long as there was like an outdoor thing.
Right.
For some reason, it just doesn't feel like a hot spring if it's not open air. It's the same water, but it's been funneled through a building, and you put it in this bathtub, and like that. I feel like that takes away from the experience. You know,
this is the original Fountain of Youth.
Right.
People from Christopher Columbus to Ponce de Leon to De Soto, all were looking for this place.
Yeah.
And there's information based on that they were looking for this magical place. You hear of 47 springs, but there were over 100.
Right.
And they all flowed down the mountain.
Right.
Well, each one of those natural springs had a mineral content. So you had a magnesium spring, you had a potassium spring, you had an iron spring, sulfur spring. Well, your body, your skin is your largest organ.
Right.
What happens when it gets in the water? It opens up and absorbs everything that's in it, right? And so that's what the Indians knew.
Right.
They knew if they were deficient in some type of mineral, they went to this spring over here. They had thousands of years of medicine men telling them exactly how to do it. Not only did they get in the water, but they hiked the mountains, flora and fauna in that valley because it stayed hot year round. And even in the dead of winter, it was still green.
Yeah.
It was still flowing.
That would be incredible to just like go back in time and see it before it was touched. You know, just like completely natural. Of course, everybody calls it the Valley of Vapors, but I bet you it was something to see.
When I relaxed, this old Indian walked in barefoot. So I gave him some fresh squeezed juice, and his name was Standing Lee Bear.
Nice.
And he's the guy that wrote the story of Manitanka.
Oh, wow.
And that's what Hot Springs, that's what the Native Americans called that valley in this area, was Manitanka, Manataka. There's a story online called The Story of Manitanka, and they talked about this Indian lady that used to protect the valley. She was a spiritual lady. It's been all throughout the Mayan and Aztec culture, but she would protect the valley. They used to say that the Indians used to walk through the womb of the Rainbow Woman. Right? And when you read this story, it talks about a couple things that, when I first heard it, I was just like, oh man, this is foo-foo.
Right.
This is like mythology. It's just kind of legend, this and that, And I was just kind of like a very hard critic then. I was in my 20s, and I was just kind of like, whatever. And he's just telling me this story that they used to walk through the womb of the Rainbow Woman, that the rainbows used to touch the sky, that they used to cloud walk in there, and that there were 7 sacred caves, and that the center cave was a massive crystal cave that was said to hold information from the star people. Like, oh man, whatever.
Sounds like a fun story.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you're like, oh man, what a great story to hear. My guy's telling me, and I'm loving it. Right. And so about 2 weeks later, 6:30 in the morning, whatever, just chilling,
the day,
waiting for the sunrise to come. But when that sun rises, it hits in that valley early. And I was sitting right there at that spot. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there having my coffee. And all of a sudden, there's steam flowing up around me and this whole thing. And the sunrise hit that steam. And I seen the hint of a rainbow. And I'm like, whoa. Can you imagine that sunlight hitting it and creating this prism?
Right.
Because it would be like the start of the rainbow. The rainbow would start from there.
That would be incredible.
Would be so magical to these places, right? And then about a month later, sitting in the same spot, it got a little cooler. And what happens when it gets cool is it pushes the fog and the steam to the ground, right? Yeah. These people walked out of the Arlington. They were walking across the grass.
Cloud walking.
And I'm like, no way. Man. And I'm like, I seen it.
Yeah.
2 instances, I was like, man, I can see what the Indians 100%, would have seen. And I could see that, all the old pictures that you see of hot springs, you'll see behind Bathhouse Row, you'll see these like shoots of white. And you're like, what are those? Well, if you read in the Dunbar Williams Journal, when he got here, he said some mornings you could see the rivers running through the mountain. He said there were these 20 foot in diameter and 20 foot down, these tufa holes, the tufa rock is what they call tufa. And there was these massive holes that some mornings you could see the rivers running through the mountain. What? And then some mornings it would just be plumes plumes shooting into the sky
Of
hot
vapor.
steam, right?
What?
Of all that stuff. So on a still day with plumes shooting, imagine what the rainbows would have did.
Right.
They touched the sky.
Wow.
So scientifically, I'm like, man, this is all making sense.
Perfect
right?
sense,
Sure,
yeah.
it's all the sense. And this is what blew my mind, bro. This is what was really crazy. So the Crystal Cave, of course, we live on the best crystal bed rock in the world. The guy said that there was a crystal cave, right, that said would hold information from the star people.
Right.
I was researching this this company that creates microchips, and they have a slice of quartz crystal. So for every microchip, for every phone, computer, it has a slice of quartz crystal.
It's got to have quartz.
And what does it hold?
Information. Yeah. Wow.
So those Indians weren't too far away when they said that the crystals held information. Now they're taking quartz crystal and using them for quantum and embedding like huge amounts of information inside
of quartz,
quartz crystal. And so for me, it's just kind of like a full circle. A conversation that I had that morning with Standing Lee Bear at the end, I said, because he talked about how the man come in and broke the great circle that they had, because he was telling me how the Indians all the chiefs used to come up here every 7 to 11 years and do a huge gathering. All the Indian chiefs from the Aztecs to the Mayans to all the locals.
Wow.
And that's why this was a place of peace, because when they got here, there was no warring. So it was very strict. They would really deal with you severely if you brought any negativity to this valley. So when they met, they would meet every 7 to 11 years on these, astrological charts.
Right.
And then they would do their rituals and their ceremonies and all that kind of stuff. So when I asked him, I said, "Are you mad? Are you mad that they broke the circle?" And he looked over at me. He says, "Hey, young blood, I'm not mad." He said, "They just made it bigger." To me, bro, it hit me like a lightning bolt on how humble these people are. They come and destroyed their whole way of life.
Right.
And their
culture.
They're like, "Hey, come in still, make the circle bigger."
Right.
And that they're still like that.
Right.
They're still mad. I mean, they're hurt.
Yes.
The Indians are hurt, man.
Of course.
They don't get any...
because they feel the pain of the land too. You know what I mean?
Their story's not told. I've been doing so much research the last 20 years on all this. It's just amazing that they don't get their day.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about for me, is to help tell that story.
Yeah.
The Tuluá Indians, no one's ever heard of them, but you read about them in the DeSoto journals, how they were the most fierce warrior tribe they'd ever come across. He actually died from the injuries from when they tried to get here.
Oh, wow.
And when they warred against them, they lost, and then they retreated here, stayed for like 4 months, and then when he left, he died like 2 months later. The Tuluá Indians were, if you read upon them, they were a completely different tribe than anybody around here. They didn't speak the same language, the same dialect. They had elongated skulls. They had tattoos all over them. And when you start really researching the Tuluá Indians, there's some in Mexico, there's some in Russia, and they all protect places of peace.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy? That type of group of people, that they protect places of sacred plots like this.
That's insane.
Isn't that wild? And everybody's heard the gangster story,
right?
But no one's heard this. And so I like to say, hey, the Indians knew this was peaceful. Even the gangsters, this was a neutral territory for gangsters, right?
No, for sure.
So they took that vibe on as well.
Yeah.
So why don't we know it?
Yeah.
Why is this not the place of peace?
Yeah.
For the whole country.
That it was meant to be. Yeah.
It should be. It's in its nature. It's in its DNA. The energy of the place, from its healing waters to the crystal beds to its natural habitat of everything around us. It's just, man, it's a gem, bro. That's just like a rough diamond that hasn't been polished. 100 years ago, this was a winter destination.
Right.
It wasn't a summer. There were no lakes.
Right.
100 years ago, there were no lakes. It was just still the Washita River.
So
people only came here in the wintertime.
Right.
They got here in the fall and they left in the spring. Major League Baseball spring training started because they didn't want to leave. Right. So they'd come here and party, heal, and play, and then they'd go. But what happened is that during that roaring 20s and 30s, they made all this money, and so they built the dams. But two things happened: modern medicine, and they kicked out the casinos. And when they kicked out the casinos, Vegas was started. They were doing the claim to fame 100 years ago was 1 million baths a year. So imagine you had all bathhouse running, You had all these mega Eastman, Arlington, Majestic hotels, all had the water, all doing baths. But what happened is both those things got kicked out. Modern medicine come in, kicked out the belief of the water, and then the state and the government kicked out the casinos. Hot Springs downtown started to go ghost, and everything went to the lakes they just built. And so now this become a summer destination. But imagine if we brought just as many people in the winter as used to be 100 years ago to match the summer economy.
Man, that would be incredible. A lot of people in Hot Springs, obviously we depend on tourist revenue, right? Sure. We depend on people coming here to visit, to have fun, to have a good time, heal, chill, and then go home, right? The bad part, especially downtown, if you serve in the service industry, any kind of like shop or whatever, everyone knows that the wintertime is brutal. Brutal, man.
You got to go get 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to make it.
If we could turn that around and make the economy boom as much as in the winter as we could in the summer, because the summertime is good eating around here.
All these businesses, they pop up with all this excitement, and then they, after 2 or 3 years, they fall because you got to save 30%, 40% of your money in the summer
just to get through the winter.
Just to keep your people. Because if you don't keep your people busy, they're going to jump ship.
They're going to go.
Right? And that happens to all these little restaurants, all the little spas, all the little everything. But imagine if you had just as many people in the winter or more. Now it's gotten to the point where it's dangerous. Now back to the Majestic.
Yes.
Because the Majestic site, I had a buddy named Matt come in with a $100 million project to build the new Majestic. They took the city a $2 million check and they rejected it. And you're like, why? But it's also at the same time that they were doing the big announcement for the track, for their new hotel. So it's kind of competing ideas, right? And, and you would think...
Is it though?
I mean, you would think $200 million projects going on at the same time would be like this national story.
Right.
I love the track. I love the track. I love everything. But man, it can't just be the only
it can't be the only thing.
This is what this town was built on, the hot water.
Yes.
And that's what this book is about. Because
the track wouldn't be here without the hot water,
Exactly. It wouldn't be at all. None of this would be here. And so the Majestic site to me is a mystery because I've brought people in to do teardrop pools, do the whole thing. We've got funding for it. We can do it right now. We've talked to the city. Well, they put it to a committee. We've talked to that committee. They're like, we don't want that.
So
I read in the paper one time where the city was talking about it. It was in the Sentinel Record. And the city said that, one, they just didn't want to lose influence over the property. And that, to me, spoke volumes.
What?
I mean, come on. Let some private investors come in and do what they want. But this is the problem now. They cut the water off. So the national park cut the water off to the property, and they're not going to allow it to go.
Wow.
They won't reconnect it. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The Levi Hospital just shut down.
Yes. And,
of course, I told you pre-knowledge that they were going to tear it down because I had pre-knowledge of it. And I didn't believe it until I verified it myself. And I'm like, how can you do this? Is this a hush-rush job? I'm not scared to say it right now because we tried to get it. We're like, hey, let's do something with it. It's got natural water. It's already got the pools. We'll turn it into a wellness center. I got doctors on my team that are like, biting at the chomp to get to this place anywhere in Hot Springs to create something. Anything. But man, it's just a roadblock after roadblock after roadblock.
It seems like it's just an endless amount of red tape.
So, and it don't stop. I'm from here, born here. I was born in this valley. But I'll just be honest. I don't think they want progression.
That's really what it seems like, man.
I don't think the people that are in power want this winter economy because they can barely handle the economy during the summer. The traffic, the infrastructure. That's what they'll say is like, oh man, well, we got to build the infrastructure. We got to do this. Let the money build it. Let
get the money and then build the infrastructure.
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Because everybody and their brother wants Hot Springs to be Hot Springs again. Like a place that are supposed to be everywhere, they're nowhere. And that hits me hard because I've been in it for 30 years and have got nowhere. So the government cut off the water to the Levi too. So for anybody that was trying to get the Levi, no water. No water. Even though it's been there forever. I'm like, why?
That's insane. And I feel like the water is something that belongs to the people, man.
Now I'm going to tell you some controversy stuff.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to tell you some controversy stuff. 3 things that to me have to be dealt with right now. Of course, the Majestic burnt.
Yes.
Okay. And when it burnt, there was lots of contaminants that were in those buildings.
Right.
Because they were built 100 and something years ago, or
Right,
whatever
right.
it is, right?
Yeah, asbestos.
So asbestos and all that. So when it burnt, most people don't know that it killed all the fish that was in Hot Springs Creek and in the mouth of Lake Hamilton where it come out of for like 6 months.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
I still think that there's contaminants under the ground
Yeah.
at the Majestic site, and that's why they won't do any digging. Everything will have to be on top. That's just my opinion.
Right.
But that's just my
That
common
makes
sense.
sense.
That's my common sense opinion based on why nothing's going there.
Right.
Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is that when they built the bypass, the last leg of that took forever.
Right.
Because they had to go through a mountain. A buddy of mine owned that mountain, and he had a place on top of that mountain where they had to implode that mountain.
Right.
Well, they came and built like a couple wells to see if it would affect the water going downtown. Most people think that the water comes from straight down below. We're on top of a massive aquifer.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be fixtures that are broken. That's when that continental shift happened and it cracked the fixture in this valley and made the water run up. Well, I think the fixture runs along the mountain range. Because what happened is that they had to delay that last leg of the bypass because they put dye in the water and it come up downtown.
Ah.
Now, what I heard is that at some point when they imploded that mountain, they may hit a vein of water. And it may have hurt the flow of downtown. Because this is what I'm getting downtown. This is what I'm getting from the national park, is that there's not enough water. Well, how's there not enough water to do an open air pool, all these types of things? Because 100 years ago, you had every bathhouse
was
going, you
running
had the Army
them,
Navy Hospital going, you had all these hotels going, all producing bass every day, all day.
Yeah.
And so there was enough water then. Why is there not enough water now? And what I heard is they hit a vein and it changed the direction of the water, and something happened, and now there's not enough water. I don't know that that's for true yet, but I'm investigating it.
Yeah.
And I need more transparency, and that's what this is all about. Because
I think that's what this whole thing boils down to is transparency with the people, bro.
Exactly. Now,
just to be real, even if it's some stupid plans that you have going, just be honest with the people about what's happening.
That's right.
And then people wouldn't be so curious. You know what I mean?
Well, and back to all these plans, and I've gotten zero ground. All these plans they're behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's no public support behind anything.
Yeah.
And so when the people finally get to hear about it, it's already been denied.
Right. It's already been done.
So there's no public forum for a push.
Yeah.
For transparency.
Right.
For openness and for what we're about to talk about.
Right.
So the third thing on this thing is the Army Navy Hospital.
Let's go.
Okay.
They're so intrinsically tied together.
All of it.
Because that's like the next Majestic, right? We've seen this before, and a lot of people don't want to see it happen again.
Think about it like this. There's 21 acres that sit behind the Army Navy Hospital.
Right.
There's 30 some odd buildings. Well, guess what? They all just got red flagged. What does red flag mean, right?
Yeah, what's that mean?
Red flags mean they're in imminent danger of collapse or catching on fire.
So like a safety hazard. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If that did that to the Majestic, imagine any of those properties catching on fire, and they're having to put them out. Guess where that water's going?
Right. Straight down.
They would shut down the national park instantly for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Maybe forever. Because it would contaminate the water source. It's sitting on top of the water source. God. And for me, man, when I had a meeting with Bruce Westerman just about 3 months ago.
We actually had Bruce Westerman on the show.
Great guy. He's trying everything possible that he can do too. He's got red tape.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Even people in power are red taped. You know what I'm saying? He's an elected congressman.
Right.
Like how are his hands tied still? Yeah.
It's either about public denial or public push, right? Either we deny it, we don't care about it because it doesn't affect us.
Right.
Or public push, it affects us, hits our door, and then we go and protest and we make it happen,
and
right?
We make people,
so there is no dividing line. Either you're in it or you're out of it. Well, for me, it's time. It's time that he gets the help that he needs. And back to the release of the book. In 1832, after the Dunbar Hunter expedition, first time in America's history, they come reserve this little piece of land right here.
Right.
They made a promise to America in writing that they were going to do three things. They were going to protect the land, they were going to maintain it, and they were going to make the waters accessible forever.
Well,
after they wrote that, for about 50 years, you had a lot of prospectors coming in and laying claim to some of these lands. Some of the bathhouses still have their name on it.
Right.
The government had to come right back in
Right.
and re-clarify that no, this is not for that. This is for the people of America forever. Well, then they kind of switched it up and they started leasing it. Of course.
There's a broken promise right there. Yeah.
So then, of course, all that happened from the 40s till now, the 50s till now, it just become a ghost town.
Right.
100-year-old buildings falling on themselves. Yeah. No nothing. But the promise is still there. Now, this is where it comes to now, is that now we have imminent danger of this place. Yeah. It's our livelihood. Right. Tom had Kathy Caver on the other day. Right. Wonderful person. Got a
Shout
great
out
spa.
To
Kathy.
Love you.
She's awesome. She is one of the best in this town. She's a legend. She's got one of the best spas in town. I've worked with her, worked for her, did the whole thing. I love her to death. She said she has that issue downtown. Yeah. She had to shut down because of the fact there's not enough progression. There's not enough floor plan being done. There's not enough anything being done. We all have to group up at one time. Yes. And push at one time. Right. And it has to be done.
If we ever want to get anything done. Yeah.
Well, and this is what I've learned. In politics, there's certain hierarchy, right? You have a local government, you have city government, you have state government, and you have federal government. Right. The only thing that trumps all those is federal government. Right. Right? So
you would think it'd be easier to just go straight to the top, right?
But you have to have a plan. Yeah. Okay, and so that's what I wanted to come here for, is to release
the plan.
The VESA Act. Yeah. So the VESA Act is a two-component thing. It's a petition to bring about the knowledge of what's happening right now. All that we've talked about, the imminent danger, the people's wanting a voice. We need a voice, but we need a form. We need something that we can all attach to, sign, and say, Westerman, this is all of our push. Right. We demand, not ask. Right. We demand.
Because we are the citizens of this city,
state, and this is a national park.
Right, exactly.
This is a national park. This is America's first
We're
promise.
Americans too, yeah, exactly.
This is a national issue. This is not just a local
I agree,
or state.
100%.
This is America's first national park that is in dismay. Yes. It is about to not be here anymore. And if we don't figure out a plan for the Army-Navy Hospital, and this is my plan. My plan is to get the petition signed by as many people as we possibly can. Let's bring awareness to this. Yeah. Let's all group up at one point peacefully and say, hey, the majority of the people that want something here want this. Yeah. Right? God is leading me in this whole path because I've been timid because I'm a private person. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't like to put myself out there.
Same. And I think that's the problem with most people, you know,
for sure.
Like they don't want to upset anybody.
You can't hardly get a permit in the city,
right?
You know, but if we trump the city, trump the state with a movement that goes federal, that goes into an act and a petition, because this is the thing. Of course, this is the most sacred water in the world, but they've done so much scientific study on this water that it is the fountain of youth. It is a sacred national treasure, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
The Army-Navy Hospital used to be a hospital and a physical therapy place, right? Well, imagine, we're never going to have the valley that was there before. Right. But let's honor that. Yeah. Let's honor that. And at certain times,
give some respect to the history, man.
Right. Let's honor that. Let's create and tell the story of the Indian. They're good people. Right. Okay? And the story and mythology of it's great too, but the water is what's the number one thing we should all group up together with and be peaceful about.
And it's meant to be shared for free for everyone. You know what I mean?
Imagine that whole landscape just being teardrop mountain pools.
That'd be awesome.
And the promise of 1832, you had to make it accessible. There's only 2 bathhouses that are open. Right. If 10,000 people showed up in Hot Springs wanting to get in the water, is that accessible? No. No. So they broke 2 promises. Yeah. They protected it, but they didn't maintain it, and they're not making it accessible. So that's the part of this petition. And everybody can call out the problem, right? But do you have a solution? Right, exactly. Well, so my solution is let's take that property that nobody wants. That's the problem now. Now it takes so much money to maintain it. Yes. To keep it going. Big, yeah. It's so big. So the city don't want to take on the cost. Right. The state don't want to take on the cost. Now it reflects back to the Department of Interior. Right. And they don't want to have the cost. Right. Unless you get enough people that say we demand it.
We have to have it.
This is our national park. This ain't just some random building in the middle of the woods. That's owned by the government. Yeah. It's an eyesore. This is a town.
This is in the middle of downtown. Yeah.
This is our livelihood. Yeah. And the number, this is the thing. 100 years ago, the top 2 industries in this town, hospitality and spa.
Yeah.
If we get those two to match like what the track can do, because now the track's the number one attraction.
Right.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I like it. There's only one casino. But I don't want gazillions of people coming here like Vegas just for casinos.
Right.
I want them to come here for this namesake of the town.
Yeah.
Hot Springs.
Yes.
For peace. To come here, they come here to relax.
Yeah. Yeah. To get away
That's
from
what
all
this-
the stress.
That's what this is all about.
I
This
agree.
place is the number one killer in life. Stress.
Yeah.
Let's create this place to be what it's supposed to be, and let's have a resurgence of life. Let's renew this place and make it for the next 100 years.
Yeah, and no, it would become a worldwide spot. You know,
It would be a gemstone for our country as a national park.
You know, we have a sister city in Japan, right?
Yes.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
and they have hot springs open
Exactly.
all the time. And dude, it looks like one of the coolest places to ever be. To just go and sit in a hot spring and just chill, you know. And for us locals, how cool it would be to get off work.
That's right.
And just go. Hey, do you want to go to the hot spring? I fully agree with your vision, bro. I think that hot springs isn't really truly hot springs until there's some open air hot springs.
Has to be, man.
Yeah.
When you go everywhere else that has hot springs,
Yeah.
Colorado, Idaho, all these places, they're everywhere.
Japan.
They're not only commercial, but they're in nature.
Yes.
And that's what I propose, man, is like, look,
Let's
let's scatter them around town.
Yeah.
Where you can just go jump in it.
Yeah.
Go down Hot Springs Creek all the way to Lake Campbell. I'm 50 years old. I don't want to wait till I'm 100
Yeah.
before I'm getting in this water the way
Right,
it's supposed to get
dude.
in it.
That's how it's supposed to be.
It's just kind of like, how does it happen?
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen people with all the money in the world, man, come downtown and get kicked out. So it's not about money.
Right.
It's not about connections.
So what is it about then?
Well, I think it's about the gathering of people.
Yeah.
I think this place is waiting for us all to stand up at one time. And that's what these are all about.
Yeah.
These VESA bands, VESA means connection.
Okay.
That's the definition. It's
Okay.
connection. And when you look at the emblem that I have on here, I've spelled it out with VEZA. The V stands for the Valley of Vapors. The E is done in a way that represents the water.
Right.
The
I like
Z
that.
is the zigzag mountains
Right. Hey,
that we
okay.
live in. And the A stands for the teepees
Nice.
and the look of the teepees. So I'm going to give you some.
That's brilliant.
And I got 10,000 of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to get, you get two.
Okay.
One to keep,
And
one to give
give.
away.
I
It's
like
It's
that.
a gift that keeps giving.
Okay.
I'm going to give them away for the next 90 days. I got 10,000 of them. Got the QR code on the box. It's got a message that comes with it. Go to the website.
Yeah.
Sign the petition.
Let's
to
get
see
this
how
out there,
to
man.
see how this is going to work.
Yeah.
Because on Facebook and on social media, you get a lot of people that get pretty keyboard happy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right? But will they show up?
For sure.
Will they show up? Will they sign?
You'd be surprised, man.
I'm hoping to be surprised.
Yeah.
I live by this saying, I believe, and I'll never stop believing, no matter how long it takes. This is my mission.
Yeah.
It's to free the springs.
Hell yeah.
You know, and I see a group of people, 5, 10, 10,000, chanting downtown,
Yeah.
free the springs, free the springs,
Yeah.
free the springs.
Yeah.
Because, man, if we don't do this right now, we're going to lose our
It's
shot.
never going to happen.
And if we don't do it right now, we may lose our national park. And it's,
That would be devastating.
It is in imminent danger state. I can't emphasize enough how dangerous it is right now.
Yeah.
That you got 21 acres that's about to crash.
Yeah.
And there's people getting in them, starting fires when it's it's cold. It doesn't take but one mistake.
Right.
And this is a national scene.
Yeah.
This is a national disaster on every news channel, and it's going the wrong way.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We have a moment right now. I've put the information out.
Yeah.
I've planted the seed, the VESA seed.
Yeah.
Can we fertilize? Can we water? Can we nurture?
Yeah.
This is just 3 pieces of paper
Right.
that says exactly what it is. Can we get enough people to push right now?
I think we can, dude.
You know, and I'm not a tech guy. I'm really, for the past 10 years, man, I've shied away from social things.
Yeah.
Just because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
And I'm getting tired of people.
Bro,
And I love nature, bro. And I'm in nature.
It's
and
way easier to be out on the mountain
man.
instead of online. Yeah.
And that's what this is all about, this VESA Village.
I think this is something that we need. And man, I would hang out here all day. You know, like every time I could, I'd go out there.
Bro.
You know,
Big time.
they would make hella money off
You
me.
know, You can camp, you can RV, you can stay in an Airbnb.
Right.
You can just come for a day.
Hang out in the hot water.
Hang out in the hot water.
Yeah.
We're only gonna have hot water. We're gonna have cool water, so you come year round.
Boom.
And that's the thing you should do. You should get in hot water, get in cold water.
Yeah.
Get in hot water.
I totally agree with you when you say that this place is the fountain of youth. This is what Ponce de Leon and everybody was looking for, man.
That's right.
You know, the Valley of the Vapors. You know, let's bring it back to that. Let's bring it back to that. Yeah.
And that's my goal, is to tell the story of the Indians.
Yeah.
And their way of peace. Let's bring back the teepee village.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
Yeah.
In my park.
No, this looks.
We're gonna have a teepee village where you can actually stay in a teepee. It'll have its own little area where you can kind of feel the authentic.
Reconnect with the land.
It's not going to be a standard teepee. We're going to make it luxury. We're going to make it to where it's beautiful. It's nice. It's going to be authentic and look authentic on the inside or the outside, but on the inside,
with modern
it's going
comforts.
to be with modern comforts, exactly. Yeah. But we want to give people that experience when they come here, to enjoy the ambiance of the aura and the vibe.
Right. The vibe, yeah. Man. That's what Hot Springs is about. It's about the vibes. It's the vapor vibes. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
The VESA vibe.
Yeah, the VESA vibe. There we go.
You know, and no one's, I'm going to try to bring that word to every mind and every heart and every soul.
I like it.
It's kind of a cool word. I never heard it.
Yeah. Me either till today.
And when I heard it, I'm a word freak. So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, that's it.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
You know, and so it gives us an avenue. I'm curious to see if people will jump on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to send it to
Me too, man. I hope they do, you know, because I think more than just a few people want this, you know.
Yeah.
Just to be more authentic, especially if you are a Hot Springs native, you live here, you know, I think it would just kind of, everyone would benefit from it. Every people that visit, people that live here, you know, it would bring revenue. I don't see a downside. I really don't, you know. That's not one. For me, that's difficult because I look for a downside in everything, you know.
Right.
So
I'm trying to get people poke holes in it.
Yeah.
You know, poke as many holes as you can.
Right. So we can fix it
But we need influence.
Yeah.
We need, we need some big names to step up for us.
Right.
And say, hey, I believe in this.
Yeah.
You know, and use their platforms.
And get the word out. Yeah.
Get your platform and use it for good. You know, use it to connect.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what we're trying to do here today.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. You know, and I'm so proud of you guys. You know, y'all are doing a great thing.
Thanks,
I support it. It's like my buddy John Cooksey. I supported him from day one. Yeah. He was a great friend of mine. Man, he was such a great soul. I mean, had a super heart and a super soul for this town. Yeah. And he battled. He battled too.
Yeah.
And
I think that's part of trying to tell stories in this town. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be something. And that's what makes it worth it. You know what I mean? That's it. In my opinion.
It was easy.
So right, exactly. Know? But every good story has to have a struggle, right?
What's that? What's the hero's journey?
Yeah, exactly. The classic hero's journey.
Joseph Campbell.
Yeah.
One of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
You know. But
speaking of, let's talk about your book a little bit.
Okay, so it's called the 1832 Act, The Forgotten Promise. And it really breaks down the 1832 Act.
Yeah.
And it talks about the four basic principles of what and why this is important.
Right.
No one knows about it.
Right.
No one even knows that this was a winter destination.
Right.
So it's time to educate first.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what bringing this book. It's a short book. It's a 4-chapter book. It's basically just going to tell the story of why this matters now.
Right.
It was America's first promise.
Yes.
And it's still alive.
Yeah.
We just don't know about it. And it gives us the key to the government.
Right.
It gives us the key to open the door to say, hey,
you promised us.
You promised us. This is in writing right now.
Yeah.
This is in writing. And you can't back on it.
Yeah.
It would take an act of Congress. So it's not an ask. It's a demand.
Right.
And but we want to do it in a peaceful way.
Right.
We want to do it in a way that honors the energy and the vibe of this place.
Right. Exactly.
And put it out there. And that's why I'm not pushing it, but I'm seeding it. I'm planting it. So maybe that's a better way to put it.
I think that's a great way to put it.
I'm gonna plant it
and
see if it grows.
Yeah.
If enough people walk across it and throw some water on it and throw some fertilizer on it.
It's all about water around here.
It's all about the water, baby. And so but that gives us legal precedent.
Right.
To go about this and ask for change and demand change.
Yes.
Because if we don't do it right now, there is a huge potential catastrophe.
Yeah.
That could happen, that we could all be having the wrong conversation.
See, that would be devastating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And
I feel like anything and everything we can do to not prevent that, we should.
education's key.
Yeah.
Just like anything else,
Right.
is we have to educate first, get people the truth,
Yeah.
get people the information that they need to make
truth,
a
yeah.
conscious decision on this particular aspect.
Right.
And so the book is about that. And so I'm probably going to put it out there. I'll probably put it out there for free. Just
That's
to give
awesome,
people an
dude.
opportunity just to get educated. I've got 2 or 3 other books that I've been writing
Nice.
on the Indians,
Yeah.
on this, on that, because
Yeah, you seem pretty knowledgeable, man. I'd love to have you back and pick your brain about some more stuff for sure.
this is what it's about.
Yeah.
For sure. And so that's my goal. I want to be the muse that inspires others to tell their story through the Indian Channel. That's my push, is to get every avenue that we possibly can to think resurrection,
Yeah.
renewal, respect, honor, and the things that really make this place.
Yeah.
You know, it has its own energy.
For sure.
All we have to do is just level up with it, get to that vibe.
Well, thanks for coming on the podcast, man. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Man, definitely.
And what's crazy is I had these questions ready, and we pretty much hit them all as we were just talking. So I love it when that happens. But like I said, I would love to have you back and have some more discussion about all this. I could talk about this stuff forever, dude.
I'm a no script kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
you
me
know?
too.
I mean, I want it to go free and flow.
Yeah.
Just like the water.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
And bring it back. But man, I appreciate you having me.
Of
And
course,
I appreciate doing what you're all doing. You're all doing a great service, and
Thank you.
for the community.
Yeah.
Gives people an opportunity to have a voice.
Right.
And
that's our whole thing, man. Everyone's got a story, and everyone's got something they're passionate about that people should know about. You know,
That's right.
people need to know. Yeah.
I'll tell you a quote that to end this on. I was working at Libby's.
Okay.
And I was about 20, I think, and I was working on this 90-year-old man who had sprained his ankle running steps on the promenade.
Right.
He said, "All right, Mr. Campbell, I'm going to tell you 2 quotes. Changed my life forever." He said, "I'm going to pass them down to you." Because
Okay.
I'd just been rambling about ideas and about
Right.
spirituality and all these things. He
Right.
said, "All right, Mr. Campbell, I got 2 quotes." He says, "On your creativity, remember this: impression without expression equals depression."
Oof. Okay.
He said, all the things that come into your life, find a way to get it out. He said, don't be that guy on your deathbed with regret or anything in there that you didn't express.
Right.
He says, if you want to be a musician, be a musician. If you want to change it, be an artist the next day, be an artist. Don't be scared.
Right.
And then when it comes to my spirituality, because I was digging, bro, I was reading so much.
Yeah.
He said, remember this. He said, read everything you can get your hands on and find the similarities in all things, and you'll find peace. He says, you look for differences and you'll find turmoil and war. And those 2 quotes changed my life forever. And since then, I've read thousands of books, and I've done nothing
That's
but try
solid,
to express
man.
myself.
Those are some solid quotes, bro. For real. I'm going to have to apply those.
Come right out of this valley,
Yeah,
bro.
nice.
Right out of the valley.
Man.
So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank y'all
appreciate
so much
you,
for
bro.
What you do. And like I said, I'll give y'all a copy of the VESA Village. I mean,
Yeah.
the act and the petition.
Yes.
And then
We want to do everything we can to help, man.
And then, like I said, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody out there that has ever done a petition,
We
or
can
an
figure it
act
out. Yeah.
or anything like this,
Put it down in the comments if you think this is a good idea. Help us out with this. You know what I mean? I think there's not very many more noble causes than what we're trying to do here. So if you know anybody that we can get this done with, let them know. Hook us up with them, and we'll get this figured out.
bring your gifts.